Rick reiterated that they have good reason to believe that I've stolen company information on a number of occasions, and that my USB stick is evidence. But it's not the only evidence we have, he added. Normally you'd be suspended until this is all sorted out, he told me. But since you've only been with us a month and, he sneered at me in my entirety, looking at you, he snarled, I think the best course of action is to terminate your employment, effective immediately. But, I gulped. But nothing, he said in no uncertain terms. He picked up my empty handbag and slammed it down on my side of his desk. Pack your things and leave. I've never felt so humiliated as I bundled my girly umbrella, sandwich and spare tights back into my bag. I fiddled and faff-fed with the pockets I kept my phone and keys in, before impatiently bunging them in the main compartment. I couldn't speak. I just looked at the faces around me, each one of them casting me a disapproving gaze as I picked up my handbag and turned to the door. I'll escort him out, Josephine said, before following me into the main office. Everyone stopped what they were doing and watched as I walked shamefully to my desk to collect my jacket. They all stared in silence as I was escorted to the elevator and eventually all the way to the pavement. I said nothing to Josephine as I stepped outside. I just walked, determined not to look back. I wanted to burst into tears but managed not to. The sky was as gloomy as my mood, and noticing a few drops of rain begin to fall on the paving slabs, I paused, dug my hand into my handbag and removed the as yet unused umbrella. With its pale pink cover and being compact enough to fit in a handbag, it's clearly a woman's umbrella. My heart sank as it popped open. A pale pink canopy, peppered with white butterflies, emerged in front of me. I looked up at the sky, raised the brolly above my head and sighed at the frilly lace trim that encircled it. You want to zip that up, love, or you'll get robbed, an elderly female voice said. I tore my gaze from the pinkness above me and looked at an old woman stood right by me. Your handbag, she added. I looked down at my open bag and saw my wallet and the pack of tights sticking out of it. Oh, thanks. I mumbled as I struggled to zip up my handbag and hold my umbrella. I looked at the old lady and smiled, but she recoiled and made a sort of noise, before quickly scurrying off. I guess she thought I was a woman until I opened my mouth. I managed to zip up my bag and headed back to my Aunt Katinka's house with the heaviest heart. I'm dreading what she'll say. I anticipate a chirpy, you're home early. Or an inquisitive, what have you forgotten? I expect she'll be just as shocked as I am when I tell her that I've been sacked on the spot for stealing company data. I weighed up my options as I sauntered through the drizzle. Somehow I can't see me being given a reference after being sacked, which will make finding my next job a little trickier. I suppose I could return to Havisham, but having given up my apartment and job there, I'd be in much the same boat as I am here. Well, not quite. At least I wouldn't have to be petticoated if I returned to my hometown. Maybe there is a silver lining to this dark and thundery cloud. I optimistically wondered.